The Young and the Restless spoilers. Tuesday recap, full update September 3rd, 2024. Billy's day had begun like any other, filled with the usual chaos and challenges that accompanied his role in the corporate world. Yet nothing could have prepared him for the scene he stumbled upon that afternoon. As he walked past the dimly lit conference room, something caught his eye. Two familiar figures engrossed in a hushed conversation. It was Victor Newman and Lily Winters seated across from each other, their expressions serious, their voices low. Billy's heart sank as he watched them. What could they possibly be discussing in such secrecy? His mind raced with possibilities, each more unsettling than the last. Unable to resist, he inched closer, straining to hear the words exchanged between them. "It's time to take him down." Lily's voice was calm, yet laced with a determination that sent a chill down Billy's spine. "He's become a liability." Victor nodded, his face a mask of cold calculation. "Agreed. This needs to be handled discreetly, but we can't afford to wait any longer." Billy's breath caught in his throat as the realization hit him like a ton of bricks. They were talking about him. The woman he had trusted, the man he had long considered his enemy, both conspiring to bring about his downfall. The sense of betrayal was overwhelming, twisting in his gut like a knife. He had never seen this coming, never imagined that Lily, of all people, would turn against him. Unable to contain himself, Billy stormed into the room, eyes blazing with hurt and anger. "What the hell is this?" he demanded, voice shaking. "You're planning to take me down? After everything we've been through, Lily?" Lily's eyes met his, and for a moment there was a flicker of regret, but it quickly hardened into resolve. "Billy, it's not what you think," she began, but he cut her off. "Not what I think," he spat, his anger boiling over. "You're plotting against me with Victor. What could possibly justify this?" Lily sighed, her expression softening as she tried to explain. "Billy, this isn't personal. It's about the company. You've been reckless, and it's putting everything we've worked for at risk. I had to do what's best for everyone." "Best for everyone?" Billy's voice was thick with disbelief. "What about what's best for me? What have I done that's so terrible you think I deserve this?" But Lily had no answer that could soothe the raw pain in Billy's heart. He looked from Lily to Victor, realizing that he was standing on the precipice of losing everything: his career, his relationships, his sense of self. The betrayal stung deeply, leaving him questioning everything he thought he knew about those closest to him. Meanwhile, at the hospital, the atmosphere was equally tense. Lucy sat in a chair, nervously tapping her fingers against the armrest as she waited for news about Sharon. The events of the past few days had been a whirlwind of fear and confusion, and now, all she wanted was some semblance of peace. But that peace was shattered when Faith hurried into the room, face pale with urgency. "Lucy, you need to leave," Faith whispered, her voice trembling. "Now. Before Sharon finds you." Lucy's eyes widened in alarm. "What do you mean? Why would Sharon come after me?" "She's not thinking straight," Faith explained, glancing nervously at the door. "She thinks she's protecting me by doing something to you. Please, Lucy, you have to go before it's too late." Tears welled up in Lucy's eyes as she realized the gravity of the situation. Sharon, the woman who had once been a source of comfort and support, become a threat. "But Faith, where will I go? What if she finds me?" Faith grabbed Lucy's hand, squeezing it tightly. "I don't know, but we'll figure it out. I'll help you. Just trust me." As the two girls prepared to leave, they were stopped in their tracks by the sight of Sharon standing in the doorway, her expression a mixture of hurt and anger. "Faith." Sharon's voice quivered with emotion. "Why are you doing this?" "I'm trying to protect you. Everything I've done for you." Faith stepped forward, her resolve hardening. "No, Mom. You're not protecting me. You're hurting everyone around you. This has to stop." Sharon's face crumpled with despair as she realized she had lost Faith's trust. The one person she had tried so desperately to shield had turned against her. And now, she stood alone, her mind unraveling further with each passing moment. Back at Newman Enterprises, Victor was busy finalizing plans that would once again alter the landscape of the company. His decision to fire Kyle had not been an easy one, but it was necessary. Kyle's ambitions had begun to clash with Victor's vision, and there was no room for dissent in the corporate overhaul that Victor had meticulously planned. As Kyle was escorted out of the building, Victor turned his attention to his next move, appointing Adam as the CEO of Chancellor Abbott. It was a decision that would surprise many, but Victor had always seen potential in Adam, despite their tumultuous history. Adam was ruthless, driven, and most importantly, loyal to the Newman name when it counted. He was the perfect candidate to lead the company into its next phase. And then there was Audra, whose appointment as CEO of Glissade had been met with both praise and skepticism. Victor knew she was a risk, but she was also a rising star with the innovative mindset that Glissade needed to thrive. He was willing to bet on her, confident that she would exceed expectations. However, not everyone agreed with Victor's decisions. Mickey, his longtime partner and confidant, had been pleading with him to reconsider his stance on Billy. She believed in forgiveness, in second chances, and she couldn't bear to see Billy, someone she had always cared for, thrown to the wolves. "Victor, you've done enough," Mickey implored, her voice soft but insistent. "Billy has made mistakes, but he doesn't deserve to be crushed like this. Let it go." Victor's expression hardened, his eyes narrowing. "Mickey, you know what's at stake here. I can't afford to be soft. This is business, not charity." Mickey sighed, her heart heavy with the weight of their disagreement. "I know, Victor, but sometimes it's not just about business. It's about the people we care about. Don't you think we've punished him enough?" But Victor was resolute. His decisions were final, and no amount of persuasion could change his mind. Frustrated and hurt, Mickey withdrew from the conversation, leaving Victor to his thoughts. The tension between them was palpable, a silent rift that threatened to deepen with each passing day. As the day drew to a close, the various threads of betrayal, loyalty, and ambition intertwined, creating a complex web of emotions that would take time to unravel. Billy was left questioning everything he thought he knew. Sharon was spiraling further into her madness, and Victor's ruthless strategies continued to shape the destinies of those around him. But as night fell, one thing was clear: the decisions made in the shadows would have far-reaching consequences, and no one would emerge unscathed. This narrative develops the plot points you provided, weaving them into a cohesive story filled with tension, conflict, and emotional depth. If you need any further adjustments or want to explore any specific elements further, feel free to let me know.